Oh my gosh, yay, cats. So cute! So cute. I love this dude. A little loud. So cute. I feel like if I had a cat, I wouldn't be able to get it to like behave. His knife looks so fancy. It has like rippling, like the metal is like rippling design on it. This is Jun's kitchen. Yes, it is. Damascus steel? Is it? I thought that was fake. I thought Damascus was like a, a fantasy ore. I thought it was a fantasy. No, not Damascus. I thought it was a fantasy ore. Oh, that's such a pretty knife. Orichalcum? I don't know. I don't know my metals. From cooling and heating over and over. Yeah, I see. So it must be very strong to have withstood so much torture. Mithril knife. Man, these cats eat better than I do. He didn't touch the kibble at all. It's like, nah, none of that. No, thank you. Is thorium a real metal? Heck if I know. What do I look like? A scientist? I am simply one rabbit. Damascus steel has layers of steel that's golden. She did this for free? Didn't someone super chat for that one? I don't know, Reno. Who is that?
Get me with some joke. I'm on to you.
$250 super chat. Triple cheeseburger. Wait, is that meat? What's that? Garlic? Ginger? What is that? Pickles? Sauerkraut? What is that? How do you video share? Video submissions are closed right now, but we had a channel on the Discord. Oh, minced onion? Oh yeah, that would make sense. Onion? Maybe mixed onion and garlic? The best of both worlds? Onion. Wait, so like, is the meat frozen? It's like very hard granules. Oh, we had to pre-make the playlist, so if you submitted now, we'll probably have it next Zatsudan. Because apparently you guys went crazy, and we have like over 5 or 6 hours of video to watch. I added it already. Oh, okay. We will see how far we get then. Yeah, it's like 100. I didn't expect you guys to share so many videos. I'm so thankful. Thank you. Wow, that's a fat patty. Oh, she bussin'. Smack that meat. little meatball snowman. Let's go. Little meatball. Little meatball snowman. Good morning, clickbait. What do I have to do to get SIP? I think it's... What is it? SIP is... I already forgotten, I just put these on yesterday. SIP is 25k bits. Nobody has SIP yet.
Nobody but me.
SIP.
Dip.
I think $1 is after this one. Take a sip, babes. Oh, I love SIP so much. I need to fix the clarity on the straw though, so you can't really see it when it's small. We'll figure it out. Oh, look at a little stampy stamp. You got a stampy stamp for your little bun. Little fancy, little stampy, little emboss your bun. I'm gonna mirror match up trying to learn chip. Yeah, you guys have been working so hard and strive. Very happy about getting glass apple in there. Me too. I'm so happy. I really enjoy the dip. Wait, the patties became so fat, and then wait, the patties were so fat, and then they became so flat. With the paper on still. He takes it off. Maybe it's nicer to peel the paper off afterwards because it's easier to peel off. I don't know. Yeah, like it was frozen, right? The paper's like sticking. I know they have that problem when I get frozen patty from the freezer. And I try to take the paper off and it's like sticking. I don't know about that pineapple though. I've never had one, but I'm not normally one to mix my sweets with my meats. Oh, some pepper? You cracking some fresh pepper? Fresh pepper? Pineapple on burgers? No, we love seasoning. Seasoning good. Seasoning good. If I didn't already eat, this would have been torture. But thankfully, I ate. Which is also why I was late. A little bit of sugar helps beef. I totally get that. But normally, I'm not a huge fan of sweet meats, like overly sweet. Not a huge fan of sweet and sour pork. Not a huge fan of Filipino dish called kare-kare, which is like peanut butter and meat. Don't like that. A weird mouthfeel. Don't like pineapple on pizza. So I don't think I'll like pineapple on burgers, but I'm willing to try anything at least once. Peanut sauces, and like Chinese and Thai stuff. Not a huge fan, but I think peanut sauces are... I guess it depends. Some onion. Cheese. enjoying the pineapple. And then they put American cheese. See, I think the only instance where American cheese is acceptable is on a burger. But now this is just too much, I think. I think it's like 2 different kinds of cheese is what's happening here. Cheese on cheese. Got like fancy cheese, maybe mozzarella, and like American cheese. I don't know. With like a pale cheese. More cheese? More. What's this now? Chili? Is this like a chili? Oh, more cheese. Okay. What? Nacho cheese. We got chili cheese. We got whatever that is. Jollibee secret sauce. I don't know. Is this cheese? That's so that's just that. There's so much! There's too much! That's too much! That's too much! That's too much! This is like a fork and knife event right here. Yeah, I can't eat that with my hands. And that's like the entire joy of eating a burger. Can't eat with my hands. What kind? What's this now? Barbecue sauce? Okay. This is so much. Ah. Yes, the skewers. That'll make it better. Okay. Alright. Yeah, where's the egg? Where's the egg? We got salad. Alright. We have a whole ass salad on this burger. This is too interesting. I'm actually not getting any work done. A salad. Ah, see, a fork and knife situation. There we go. There we go. How would we eat this otherwise? Wow. Oh, this one's... The bottom bun's completely soaked! This one's just too much. Nah, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I don't know. That's too much. It's too much sauce. That's just too much. The bottom one's completely soaked. And this dude needs a sharper knife. Poor bun's getting emaciated. Give me a messy burger. But I can't eat super messy burgers. I find it really inconvenient. Oh, you know what this guy... He needs like a bread knife. Might make a cleaner bun cut. Yeah, I don't like soggy bread.
Hey everyone, it's Kenji. I'm gonna make some gyudon. Gyudon is a Japanese dish of simmered beef, thinly sliced simmered beef. So it's similar to the oyakodon I did before. So it's also a rice bowl. Sorry, I'm replacing hinges, which is why all this stuff is here. Also a rice bowl, also made by simmering onions, simmering meat. In this case, it's onions and beef in a broth made with dashi. So you can make your own dashi, but I'm just gonna use the.
Used to slaughter goats in his backyard and fed us frog meat and other stuff, saying it was
pretty
chicken.
soon we're going to replace this whole thing with vertical pull-out drawers. Here it is. Hondashi, so powdered stuff. What else am I going to need later? I'll take some...
Wow. I wish I had an expansive and immaculately labeled spice drawer.
Then I need some...
I've been here for 5 seconds. I'm already hungry. Hi, Artie.
And some... I got some soy sauce. and some sugar.
Did you skip
so
the
sake,
A and B?
soy sauce,
No,
dashi, sugar.
I've just been going. It
Again,
autoplayed
that
it.
classic flavor, Japanese flavor combination. If I had some mirin, which is the sweet Japanese rice wine, I would also use that. But in this case, I don't. So I'm just going to use dashi, sake, soy sauce, and sugar. Very simple. All right. So now for our beef. You know what else I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to also. I got this pumpkin, so I'm also going to cook this pumpkin.
Oh, actually, both
I'm going to simmer it in. Wait for it. I'm going to simmer it in.
Two are
Soy
perfect
sauce,
for each other.
Dashi, sake.
I think
sugar.
the cringing was
This is
in
kabocha
response to the
squash.
fedora
My
video.
favorite kind of pumpkin to cook because you don't have to take the skin off. You can just cook the skin right with it.
Or there might be more worse
All I gotta
videos
do is scoop out the
down
seeds,
the
and if you
line.
really feel like it, you can use those seeds too. They toast up just like regular pumpkin seeds
Hey,
do.
I have that waste
I do
bucket.
not
I
feel
have
like it
that
today.
exact waste bucket.
I'm
And
gonna
we
use
use the exact same trash bag.
half this bag.
That's my waste bucket. It's also by the sink.
Ooh, got some coffee grounds on it.
Kabocha.
Kenji cooks in Kouse's kitchen confirmed.
We're gonna cut into relatively thin slices so that it cooks fast.
Kabocha is squash, right? Or pumpkin?
I'm gonna do a whole meal here today. So gyudon, kabocha squash, and then we'll do some cucumber. I got some cucumber over there, and we'll make some kind of dressing for it. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure
I
something
remember
out.
I made a My Hero Academia OC, and it was a pumpkin rabbit, and her powers were
Alright,
to
so
grow
these are gonna go in
vines
here.
and grow explosive
If I had some kind
pumpkins.
of green that you
And
can
her
also
name
do,
was
so like spinach, you can simmer
Kabocha-chan.
in soy sauce, dashi, sake.
Kabo
Sugar,
something,
and
but
it
her
comes out
nickname was
delicious.
Kabo-chan.
It comes out especially delicious if you do it with the pumpkin.
Really tasty.
So this is powdered
Skin
dashi.
is
The brand is
edible,
Hondashi.
slightly sweet and delicious.
It's great
Oh,
stuff.
I don't think I've ever had Kabo.
Every Japanese household I know uses it. And by the way, over the course of this video, I am definitely going to be putting spoons into that sink and then using them again. So
That's
I'm doing
okay.
it specifically because it bothers some people. And I know how clean my sink is.
Home cooking is fine.
Sake.
Free for all. Do whatever you want,
And add some
King.
water to bring that broth up. You know what I'll probably do is I will simmer this,
Simmered soy sauce,
and then I'll use the
so
exact
good.
same broth to simmer my beef.
Oh, we
That way I don't
cooking.
have to dirty two pans.
Oh, let's go. Oh, that is a well-stocked
And
fridge.
you know the broth will get a little bit of flavor from the pumpkin, but I don't really mind that going with my beef.
I don't
so
remember the last time
we're
my
all good.
fridge was that stocked.
All right. Oh, so for our cucumber, let's do like mustard, Dijon mustard, and miso. Dijon mustard and miso, and olive oil. I think that'll all be good together. What do you think? This is a saikyo miso, so white
Oh, yeah,
miso.
wait.
This is the stuff you would like
Mm.
marinate cod
Man, I
in.
want some miso.
Black cod. Oh, look at that one. This one has a new hinge already, so it closes softly, which is nice. All right, just a
Little
little bit of
pupper's like,
miso.
what's going on in here?
Let's use a little more. I know my daughter's probably just gonna eat this with a spoon, so come out of there. There you go.
Each dab of miso in her find more things to make with it.
My
It's
mini
so
whisk.
tasty.
I like these little whisks. Oh, not much left in there.
Little whisk. Baby whisk.
I like these little whisks because you can get stuff out of jars, I guess, but not when there's nothing left in the jar. That spoon's too big. What I need is, perfect spoon. My daughter's yogurt spoon. I'll get the stuff out of the edges.
I just used a little,
Get the stuff off the bottom.
whatchamacallit.
Huh. I should start using these more often. It's like a mini spatula.
Yeah. Spatula. We have a tiny spatula.
I love spatulas. All kinds of spatulas. Fish spatulas. Spoon spatulas. These are actually some of my favorite spatulas. So these guys from Le Creuset, they're like nylon, but they have a
Ooh.
silicone tip. So you can use them to scrape things, but they also stir things well.
Use your
all right,
hands.
so that water's at a simmer. Now it's coming down.
But what if your
I don't know where
hand
you can
can't
get those.
fit
You
in
can
the
get them
jar,
online, or
puppy?
you can definitely, if you got a neighborhood specialist city, you can get them at specialist city.
What if it's hot? Yeah, that's cute. What if it's hot?
I think that's going to want a splash of soy sauce also. And it's probably going to want a little touch of sugar.
You'll break the jar, but then now you have glass all over your food.
All right, let's taste this. I think we need some, not agave nectar, honey, whatever this, I don't know why we have this teeny honey.
Teeny tiny honey jar.
Sorry, my fingers they look dirty, but I swear that's just because I've been doing a lot of gardening and they kind of got stained by the dirt. We're redoing, I've been, now that we're in shelter in place, I've been digging up the whole front yard. Here's the first time I'm going to reuse a spoon from the sink. All right. Honey.
Love. Honey.
So we got a little bit of a sweet,
Have honey
savory,
with my tea.
mustardy thing going here. I think that'll be delicious with those cucumbers. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna taste the balance of flavor on there. So when you taste things like this, you got to remember it is going to reduce. So when things reduce, sweetness
Honey
and
yogurt,
saltiness tend to
yeah.
get more concentrated.
Sometimes I'll
acid
have
does too,
breakfast
to a degree,
just
but you
like
don't
that.
notice it
Plain
as
yogurt
much.
with a little honey and
So like
some
reduced vinegar
greens.
doesn't taste like much
Oops.
more acidic than regular vinegar, but salt and sugar you definitely notice. So you want to make sure they're not too overbearing at this point, which they're not. They're good. All right. So for this, I think we're gonna do our cucumbers in here. And what I can do, I'll just get a spoon. I'll do a little one of these. Spread it around there a little.
Oh, fancy. No waste in this house.
Good. My daughter made this bracelet for me.
So cute.
All right, so the only other things we need for that beef, well, we got the sliced beef. So I bought this at the Japanese market. If you can't, so this is a sliced chuck roll. It doesn't have to be chuck roll, it can honestly be any thinly sliced beef. So you want to go to a Japanese market and look for stuff that's labeled specifically for either shabu shabu or sukiyaki, which is the thinly sliced tender beef. If you can't, you know what you can do is you can either, well, if you have a good butcher, you can ask them to slice it for you at the butcher department, or what you can do is you can buy cheesesteak meat, like even like frozen cheesesteak meat will work fine for this dish. So like, you know, like the steakums that you get. Yeah, they work just fine for this. You know, obviously not the highest quality meat in those things. So, you know, if that concerns you, which it does concern me to a degree, like that's why I go to the Japanese market to get this instead of buying the steakums. Oh, I want to show you a little trick. So one thing I notice when I'm slicing, especially cucumbers, is if I slice straight up and down like this, what sometimes happens, and it's not going to happen now because I'm on video, but what sometimes happens is that the cucumber rides up the knife and then falls off, and sometimes it falls onto this side, and then I end up accidentally cutting it. And that happens frequently when you slice like that. So when I slice, I do it at a very slight angle. So I don't know if you can see this. So I'll show you what the
that's
first
really
slice. So
smart,
it was vertical
actually.
before.
I always try to
Now I
cut
did it
really
at a very
straight.
slight angle. So if this is vertical, that is about the angle that I go at, maybe a 10-degree angle. And by doing that, as they ride up the knife, they fall down for sure onto the right side. And sometimes they still roll back over, you know, but the odds that you're going to like accidentally cut pieces in half because they're in the way of your knife are much lower. So that's a little trick that I do.
The first time I'd ever seen like a scraper like that was when I worked at my sandwich store.
In case you're wondering, that is the
We'd use it to clear out the chopping board.
the theme from the end of Super Mario World after you beat the game. I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but it is.
Aren't those for like grills or something?
Little dogarashi on here.
Oh god,
This is a Japanese 7-spice. I don't know if the video's going to get taken down for making Super Mario Brothers noises with my
Board
whistling.
scraper facing.
Cucumber and miso dressing.
It has many uses. Ah, okay.
And how's our pumpkin doing? So pumpkin is one of those vegetables you don't want it to be, you know, pumpkin, potato, you don't want them to be al dente. At least I don't. I don't like having to chew, with rare exceptions. Sometimes potatoes good al dente, like there's certain Chinese recipes where potatoes sort of meant to be al dente and it's good that way. But in general, I don't like my potatoes al dente. I like them soft, the same as I like my pumpkin. Let's get, no, that one has soap in it now. Okay, I won't troll you that bad. I'm not gonna eat soap just to troll you guys and gals. I'm sorry. I do need to get out of the habit of saying guys when I mean people of both sexes. Although I looked at my analytics and like, chances are if you're watching this, you are a guy. Like there's like a 93% chance or something like that. At least a 93% chance that if you're watching it via a YouTube account and not just if you're logged into a YouTube account and you're watching this, you are most likely a guy.
Guys is universal. I
deny.
think so, but I think maybe
Right,
I think it's a good idea to try to
save just enough for what we need for the beef and onions.
Find. Well, the scraping is just
That's
my
done.
ears.
Onions in. Those are those onions I had left over from the other day when I made
93% of you are
Spanish
guys.
tortilla, which I will link to here. That is assuming the
It's
video is
always
up.
nice
Sometimes
to
I
make
put these up out of
people
order, so
feel
I don't know if
included.
that video will be up yet, but I'm guessing it will be because I already accidentally put another video up before it. The Spanish tortilla video I think was supposed to go up before the chilaquiles.
Every time I see that dog, I'm
but
just
I
gonna
put
say
the
puppy.
chilaquiles up first. But I'm not going to apologize for it. I could use a touch more sake, I think. One thing about wine, alcohol, when you're cooking with it, so a lot of people ask me if the wine all burns off. The answer is no. It's very difficult to get all of the wine in a wine alcohol in an alcohol and water mixture to burn off because so even though the boiling point of alcohol is lower than the boiling point of water, when you combine the two at a certain ratio, actually the boiling point of the combination of them is actually lower than the boiling point of either one of them alone. And
I
alcohol
think
and
so
water
too,
form
but
what's called an azeotropic
we also
mixture.
kind of have that.
An azeotrope is when so the gas that's coming off,
I
the
guess
vapors
the
that are coming
privilege
off, are not
of
just
being
one or
okay
the
with
other.
it.
It's
Some
a
people
mixture of the
aren't
two.
okay with it.
And so that is why actually it's impossible to distill alcohol, I think, past like 95% or so.
Because we don't have the same struggles that
without
some
adding
people
something
do.
like benzene or something that's going to
Yeah.
break that azeotrope. So when your alcohol is boiling off of here, there's always going to be a little bit of alcohol left in the pan until the pan is completely dry. At which point, both the water and the alcohol are gonna burn off. But As long as it's still wet, there's still going to be alcohol in there. That said, the amount of alcohol changes depending on how you cook it. So if you cook it with an open lid, it will tend to be burn off faster than if you cook it with a closed lid. If you bring it to a boil, it cooks off faster than if you just simmer it. Let's see. Oh yeah, so all that said, in most dishes, the amount of alcohol that's left at the end, the percentage that's left is very, very low. So, unless you are, you can make your own decisions as to why you want to avoid the alcohol. But if you're worried about like your kids getting drunk off of cooking with wine or cooking with anything, even cooking with hard liquor, you don't really have to worry about that. If you avoid alcohol for other reasons, then that's up to you. The amount of alcohol that you're going to get, like after reducing a sauce on the stovetop for a little while, is it's less alcohol than you would get than the yeast would form in like a loaf of bread, So you don't really have to worry about getting your kids drunk or giving your kids liver damage or any of those things. As for my board setup, people sometimes ask me. So this board, I got it from my old chef Barbara Lynch. I talked about it in some video. I can't remember which one, but I got it from her when Boston stopped allowing wooden boards to be used in restaurants. That was in 2002, I think, something like that, 2002 or 2003. So I've had this for a long time. This one's from Food 52. This one is from Earlywood. It's gorgeous. It also goes. I have a bunch of Earlywood products. That one you can get online. I think this one I got at like Target. These two I got at Target. Those are like my these are the ones that that's chef made. Okay, these are the ones I stick on top of my other board when I'm handling meat and stuff. Things that I don't want to mess up my main board for. So like this board, I would basically only put things that I'm going to serve that are ready to eat, or that I would be able to serve raw on it. All right, so the onions are soft. Rice is almost cooked.
Very
Now in
methodical.
goes the meat.
Specific board for specific.
You do want to kind of let it break up a little bit. So you don't need to get these perfect slices that, this was meant for sukiyaki, and they tend to give you these really nice slices, and I just break them up. If you're lucky, you can, at my Japanese market at least, sometimes you'll find like, they'll sell trays of like the ends, like the bits that don't look beautiful, and those are perfect for this dish, for gyudon. Because they're cheaper. And because it makes no difference whether they look good or not.
So safe, sir. Supposed to do all that
Simmer down.
stuff. Yeah.
You want it to be kind of wet, but not
You
soupy.
definitely have to be careful with
because you don't want the
handling
rice to get like
raw meat.
completely saturated. You want the rice. You want to be able to, at the very least, pick up the rice bowl and bring it to your mouth and shovel it in. If not, being able to just pick it up individually with chopsticks.
He's a good whistler.
I'm not having so
Yeah.
much trouble with these. Oh, it's because my chopsticks are warped. Come on, come on. Oof. All right. Yes, you are welcome to make fun of my extra long chopstick skills. All right, that's about done. You want the beef just to cook through.
Chopsticks. Yeah, they're really useful. We
Let's
have
taste
a
it for-
couple pairs.
Let's taste it for seasoning. Delicious. Good stuff. All right. Did I get a bowl out already? I did.
No rice cooker here.
This bowl is
Wow.
from Heath Ceramics. We're based out of San Francisco. They make beautiful stuff that is also extremely
rice cooker,
expensive.
not you mentioned.
But people love
your
giving
family
it as
not make
gifts.
rice often?
And people seem to enjoy giving us bowls as gifts. And we love getting bowls, especially when they're beautiful ones from Heath. So all works out. Okay.
Puppy.
Now, this all just goes right on top. I had some scallions, I would probably put them on there too, but I don't. If you
Chinese
had,
honey
you know what I
pot
do
rice
have?
cookie.
I know what I have. I
Oh
have some,
wow.
some Japanese,
Big.
Japanese like big chives. I don't know what you would translate them as. Japanese chives. Nira. Anyhow, I'll show you what I got. Beni shoga. This is pickled.
It just makes everything into a wow. Wow. Holy moly. Oh. Oh my gosh, it makes them look like sashimi again. Cat's eating better than me. I know, right? What the heck? Aw, a baby. Eats it on the chair.
Okay, go ahead.
Stay hungry.
Okay.
Bulky.
Okay.
Damn, you're loud.
You know, if you stop stealing ingredients while I'm cooking, you can just be in the video. Okay, yeba. Alright, the other one. Thank you. Okay, one more
Keep
time.
smelling his hand for stuff.
No, yeba. Thank you. There we go.
Oh, look at his short tail. Oh, little stubby baby. Little stubby baby.
You done?
Japanese cat breeds are so cute. I know. Little stubby baby.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like both of them.
Wow, cleaned out. Aw, so cute. So cute. Babies.
Hey everyone, this is Kenji. I'm at home again. Today we're making
Poki
oyakodon,
was
which is
a stray.
a Japanese home cooked dish. Actually, you get it in restaurants too. It means parent and child
Dumpster cat.
rice bowl. And in this case, parent and child refers to chicken and egg. So here I've got some chicken thigh. You can also do this with chicken breast. I'm making enough for essentially one serving right now, which is a pretty common way to make this dish, although
Oh, we got so
you can
much
make
food.
as
That's
many
a good
servings as you
question.
want, all at once. Well,
I think it's because
as
it's easy
as long
listening.
as you have a large enough pan, I could do up to say 4 servings at once or so. 1 chicken thigh per person, per
Turn it
serving.
back up
Trim
a
off
little
a little bit of the excess fat, and then you want to slice it. What I do is I kind of split this piece here, split the little side off, slice it at a kind of an angle. You can also just dice it if you want, but slicing it works a little bit faster. And what's great about this actually is that it's super, super fast. It takes about 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes start to finish. So, if you start a pot of rice cooking, by the time the rice is done, you're done with the chicken as well. Although in this case, I have actually already pre-cooked
Everyone
some
likes
pre-cooked
food
rice that I
videos,
just
yeah.
reheated and stuck into
Unless
the
you're
bowl.
really hungry,
So
and then you curse
slightly
me
at an angle
forever.
to get nice sort of flat, these flat, even pieces. If you cut it in dice, that works too. It just takes a little bit longer for the chicken to cook through. And against the grain. So you can see the grain on here runs this way. And you want to cut perpendicular to that grain so that your pieces come out more tender because you're shortening sort of the length of each of those muscle fibers. All right, we got our chicken. I got my separate chicken board here. I'm going to go wash my... No, I'm not going to wash my hands yet. First, I'm going to put the chicken right in here. This is a oyakodon pan. It's specifically made for this. You don't need to use this pan. You can use like a small skillet. If you're making this for 2 people, like an 8-inch skillet is about right. If you're making it for 4, go with a 10-inch skillet. I use this small one
It's
for
like
single
a big
serving.
ladle.
Wash my hands.
Even if you're hungry deep down, you still like it. Yeah, it's so therapeutic to watch.
Oh, this little pot here is called a sahan. I made it's a Turkish copper and tin pot. I made
It's so
this morning I made
pretty.
some menemen, which maybe I'll do a video for at some point. It's one of my favorite breakfasts ever. It's like sort of the Turkish version of shakshuka. Maybe shakshuka is the Middle Eastern version of menemen. Anyhow, they're both delicious things. Oh, and here's some Turkish bread I made that went with it. No knead bread. I can show you how to do that too. I should have just taken a video then, huh? All right. So I got these Tokyo negi,
No need bread.
which are just a specific kind of scallion. They're sort of somewhere between a scallion and a leek.
Good vis.
I'm just using these because I have
Do you
them. You
not
could
like
also use
eating
regular
normally
old
solo?
onion in this dish. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll save this for the garnish, and I'll use regular old onion for the actual simmering step. Get your onion, peel it. That's probably enough right there. Okay, so that's all going in this pan, I should say. And then what we're going to make is some sauce. So the sauce is very classic Japanese flavors. Dashi, which is a bonito and kombu stock, bonito and sea kelp stock. But I'm going to use this powdered dashi, which is
That's fun.
I
I
would
didn't
say
know
what
that.
I use like 90% of the time, unless I'm doing something where it's really important to have excellent dashi. The powdered stuff works great for, well, great for any kind of simmered dish like
wooden
this.
spoon to help
If I was
close his
making something like
cabinet.
miso soup, which is like really dashi based, then I would probably make my own dashi from scratch. About a teaspoon there. Little teaspoon. What do I need? Some soy sauce. This is usukuchi soy sauce, light soy sauce, which is a little bit saltier and sort of sharper in flavor than shoyu or dark soy sauce, but you can use either. A couple teaspoons of that. Need a little sake.
Sake.
You don't need the fancy stuff here. I got these big bottles for cooking with either
Babish.
shochukubai or
I love
ozeki. You just need a
babish.
sort of dry sake. These ones are fine for cooking with. I wouldn't
Tiny
really drink
whisk.
these ones.
Babish staple.
I mean, they're not too bad for drinking either. But a couple tablespoons of that. That's going to go right in here.
I think that's the same sake I usually get.
Oops, I should have dissolved that first, but it doesn't really matter. It'll all dissolve as it cooks anyway. Grab a little sugar too.
He's a cookware line now. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
All right, now this is going to go on a burner. It's going to simmer. I overfilled it a little
He's
bit.
this trailer from Kenji Lopez. Oh.
Puppy.
So you can take that dashi, the hondashi, the powder that is, and combine it with water first, which is how you would normally make it. But I actually like my oyakodon with a little bit of an extra sake kick to it. So I just added a little bit more sake than you normally would in a recipe like this. If you have mirin, which is a sort of sweet Japanese rice wine, you can also add some of that here, but by no means necessary.
Went on a meeting
We'll let
cake
that
like
come to a simmer.
several years ago, where I'd cooked various things with
Put a
meat.
little lid on it. This lid has a little hole to allow for steam to escape. Okay. Shabu, look out. All right, we got these ingredients. Let me put this onion. Save that guy for later. I'm going to make myself some kalpis. So kalpis is this Japanese yogurt drink. It's the most popular soft drink in Japan. I grew up drinking this stuff. When I was a kid, it was called kalpis, C-A-L-P-I-S. In Japanese, you would call it
Kalpis.
But they eventually realized, so my dad used to call it cow piss. And so I think the company that makes it eventually realized that sales were kind of hindered in the US because it sounded too much like cow piss. So they changed it to Calpico. At least that's the story I heard. But it's kind of a yogurty drink. It comes in a concentrate. Also good with soda water.
You're supposed to mix it? I
Makes
just
good
drink it.
cocktails too.
You're supposed to mix it?
All right, we got the chicken part. Now we're gonna do the egg part.
I just drank it straight out the bottle.
Bring in a bowl.
Oh no!
I'm gonna.
No wonder it was
We're gonna do
quite
an extra yolk
strong.
later.
I was like, it was very concentrated,
I'm gonna do
but
just
I
a tiny
liked
splash of
it.
soy sauce in here. So you could just season it with salt, but I like to season
We're
it with a
ready
little
to
bit
drink,
of soy sauce, and actually I
like
use a
with
little
cold
bit of the
brew. Oh, maybe,
dashi powder too.
maybe. I actually don't remember reading the bottle if it was supposed
Beat
to
it.
be
Doesn't have
mixed
to
or
be
not.
very thoroughly beaten. Just a
Yeah,
very
Bob
light
is a
beating.
dorteki.
Let's mix in some of the
Katira is
scallions
ready.
there too. Sorry, the Tokyo
I
negi.
don't really like Alpis. Elpico? I like Elpico.
All
I
right,
like the
we got our
strawberry
parent
one.
simmering over here, and we got our child in the
Elpis.
bowl over there. And you can see this chicken is like,
Elpis.
it's like basically halfway done already.
What is the point of like
Still a few little raw bits going,
having a
but
little,
it's
like a
almost
big
done.
ladle
Just take
pan?
another minute or two.
Can't you just use a normal pan or no?
Very quick, very
You
healthy
said
dish. There's
skillet,
you know,
but
no added fat. You can do it with chicken
is there
breast
really
if you
a
want.
difference?
If you want to go low fat, I know people are going to
Strawberry
argue
melon.
about
I
whether
haven't tried the
fat is bad
melon.
for you or not. I don't really care. It's very easy. It's very delicious. It has those sort of really classic Japanese flavors of dashi,
More in the
soy
same-
sauce, sake, and
just-
sugar. So sweet and savory. That's a so many Japanese dishes are based on that. Those combinations of ingredients. Say, I don't know, dipping noodles like somen. Dipping noodles will be made with a broth that's very similar. Tempura dipping sauce is very similar. Dishes like gyudon, which is sliced beef with onions, very similar dish to this. Gyudon, sliced beef with onions, simmered in a similar sauce. Just tons of Japanese food that uses those flavors. What's also really good is pumpkin that's simmered with dashi and mirin and sake and soy sauce. In fact, almost anything that you can find that's simmerable, if you simmer it in dashi, mirin, sake, and soy sauce, it's going to be delicious. Ajitsuke tamago, the eggs that you get with your ramen bowl, those are marinated in a mixture of
Agitsuge
sake,
tamago?
soy sauce, dashi,
Tamago?
and sugar.
Because you can't easily
Sukiyaki
pair
is
with cereal.
soy sauce, dashi, sake, sugar.
Ah.
Shabu shabu, you would probably dip it into soy sauce,
That makes
sake,
that makes a
dashi,
lot of
sugar.
sense.
Or
It's
sesame-based
easier to
sauce.
pour than like a little skillet.
About 30 more seconds and that chicken is cooked. Let me actually taste it. Incidentally, if your broth is simmering like this, you can dip your and your chicken is cooked on the outside. You can dip your spoon in here and taste it for seasoning. You don't have to worry about like salmonella or bacteria in cases like this. If it's simmering, it's a good indication that it's at least like 185 to 190 degrees, and at that temperature, salmonella. So at 165 degrees, salmonella goes through a 7 log reduction. That's so for every 100,000 bacteria that are in your food at 165 degrees. For every 100,000 bacteria that are in your food, only one will remain after less than 2 seconds at that temperature. So at 185 degrees, it's even faster and even more of the bacteria are killed. It won't kill bacterial spores, but you don't have to worry about those right now because we're not going to let them multiply later on. So you can taste anything that's simmering like this. You can taste it without any kind of real risk to your health. All right. Meanwhile, I got my rice in my bowl. This rice I had cooked from before. I just reheated it in the microwave, which is the best way I know to reheat rice, covered in the microwave. Rice also, you can freeze it actually. Put it in a bag, push out all the air, freeze it, and then you can thaw it directly in the microwave, and it comes out really good. So I usually make extra rice whenever I'm boiling a pot of rice. Okay, this is done. So we got our egg here. And we're just going to
Best way to cook
give it one more
in
quick
a
little stir.
microwave.
And I'll pour it right over the top.
It looks like it's so full.
Now you can let this cook as much or as little as you want.
I'd be scared to pour
but
anything else in
typically,
there.
You have the egg pretty runny. So I'm going to cover that, let it cook for just about 15-30 seconds. And in the meantime, I've got raw chicken on it. In the meantime, I'm going to separate out an egg yolk, extra yolk. Making a mess here. Bad planning. Let's keep that guy there for now. And this is done. All right, now I just... So you can see that egg is still a little bit runny, which is what we want.
Sophie's trying putting the
Get
shells
all this egg out of there.
back in the carton. Yeah.
And then I'm going to make a tiny little well here. I'm going to plop in this extra yolk is already broken, but that's all right. It's all going to taste the same. I'm not too squeamish about raw eggs, by the way. I know some people are. So if you are, don't, you can cook your eggs a little harder. You don't have to put the extra yolk in there. I like it this way. And eggs these days are
I like
pretty
runny
remarkably
yolk.
safe.
What about you guys? I think runny yolk is
This is a little shichimi togarashi, which is a Japanese 7-spice blend. So it's got, I don't know what all the spices are. A couple types of chilies, black sesame, orange peel.
Over to Canada.
I think it's got coriander seeds in there too. Anyhow, this is the dish. It's oyakudon.
Puts it in the
Parent and
microwave.
child rice bowl.
I
It's,
heat water in the
chicken,
microwave too.
an egg simmered with dashi, soy sauce, mirin, and
It's
sugar
just
all over rice,
faster.
with some onions in there too.
Like if I just need hot water, I'm just gonna boil it in the microwave.
What's really nice is the rice underneath kind of absorbs. It's not like super wet. It's not like soupy, but there's a little bit of liquid
Don't
left
have
in
an
there that's just
electric
sort of
kettle.
barely
No,
bound by
not
that
in our
egg.
house.
And so the rice kind of just starts to absorb
We
that. So you can still do that with chopsticks, but
We
it gets a
put
ton of
water in
flavor
like
in there.
a Pyrex cup and then microwave it. And then sometimes if we're making tea, we'll heat water up in the mug.
All right, Shelby, you've been patient.
Sometimes, well, I just started doing this recently, but I'll
Good girl.
I'll heat up water in the Pyrex and then pour it over
Alright,
my
see you
tea
later.
bag and my mug.
See you tomorrow.
Why are they eating at the doorway? Because it's better lighting. Oh, baby.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, they're going on a trip! They're going on an adventure! When I get my cat, it's over for you all. I'm gonna talk about nothing else, and I'm gonna just... my streams are just gonna be me going on adventures with my cat. Aww. You better make it
Today I'm
cute.
making strawberry mochi.
Of
For this
course.
recipe, you can put anything in the mochi. Ice cream is a very popular filling, and I usually make it that way, but I'll make it the traditional way this time.
When I get a cat, making a cat Instagram, I expect you guys to follow it. Baby. He's just lounging. Oh, he smells. Like, hey, we just bought those.
Add rice flour, powdered sugar, water, and mix it well.
Oh man, I want mochi so bad.
Wrap the bowl and heat it in the microwave for about a minute or two until the mochi dough becomes thick.
Strawberry daifuku. I don't think I've ever had daifuku. Every ingredient in this dish was sniffed by a cat. Good. They deserve to know
Sprinkle
what's
some
going
rice
on.
flour or cornstarch on a board.
Mochi with the strawberry. Ah! I don't think I've ever had that. I love
Knead
mochi
the dough
though.
and flatten it to shape it into a wrap instead of playing with a cat.
Instead of playing with the cat. was fully expecting him to bap the little dough.
Cut the strawberries in half.
I wouldn't have trusted that cat not to bap the dough. Sent it flying across the apartment.
Now rub them with the red bean paste.
Aw, it's like you're gluing the two butts together.
Then rub them with mocha sheet.
Oh, I love red bean paste.
Attach the fin by rubbing water onto the edge.
Fin? Oh, he's making
Melt some chocolate to the
seals!
base.
I really love red bean paste. He's making seals! Oh my gosh, look at them!
Slice some strawberries into thin pieces and place them together like this. Drop some condensed milk and strawberry jam on a plate.
Wow.
Drag
It's
toothpick
temper
through the
chocolate,
center
that's
of the
really-
drops.
Oh my
Sprinkle some
gosh!
powdered sugar and set a mint leaf on top if you have one. And done.
Oh my gosh, so cute! I love June's kitchen. Very patient EP. Oh. Oh yeah, Kira, do you like red bean paste? How you feel about red bean?
天空竜の攻撃力および守備力はプレイヤーの手札の枚数によって決定する。このターン、貴様の手札はわずか3枚。
Bye, Disney. Have a good dinner. Too much over was young.
君のデッキには海馬くんを倒したカードエクゾディアも入れてあるんだろう。見せてくれない？その幻の
Oh,
カー
the
ド。
captions are covering the thing.
遊戯
No.
今ここでお前にデュエルを申し込むぜ。デュエル僕のカードはキラー何がおかしい
God.
Whose plan was it to put it here? Whose farm is...
Aww. I love. I love axolotls.
When you think of classic food on the go, one meal comes to mind, at least for me, and that would be burgers and fries. So here's a look at how five brothers are winning over burger lovers with their fresh.
Five brothers. Five guys, burgers, and fries. All right, let's take a look. This is my favorite place, by the way. I like this. I like Five Brothers more than I like In-N-Out. It's not even a joke.
Five
Why are the vegans
Brothers.
so on your case all the time? Because I am a leftist who eats and consumes animal product, and therefore am contributing to climate change. They are too, but they believe I'm contributing more to climate change. And also on top of that, they think it's unethical to eat animal products.
Fresh take on an American favorite. So watch. At Five Guys, regular cheese.
Also, it breaks your brain when you go vegan. It becomes hard to watch people you like do something that you've deemed bad enough to swear off entirely. Is that why vegans can't fucking just like be normal?
can't be normal.
Wait, really? You're like, oh my god, like I have to save him? Is that what your mentality is?
Cheese, little cheese. Burgers and fries are the specialty of the house. The grill proudly sports very few frills and makes meat patties like you do at home.
I love coming to a place that's got real hamburger meat that's fresh in the morning. If I can find those places, that's where I'll stop every time.
Ew, smash burger best? What? No. Actually, I don't know if I've ever had smash burger. I was thinking
Smash
of
burger
Fat
pretty good.
which is trash. No,
I
Five
think I
Guys
like
is
it better
really
than
good,
Five
and
Guys.
better than Shake Shack. I think Shake Shack is a little overrated.
The Five Guys
I've
are
never had
actually
Shake Shack,
five
though.
brothers who began grilling up their homemade hamburgers in Virginia in the mid-1980s.
Okay, we'll start with the oldest.
Burn
Oldest
it.
brother, Jim, and that'd be me, Matt, and then we have Chad, and then we have Ben and Tyler.
Chad.
All brothers.
Their love for mouth-watering meat and potatoes now stretches across America.
It's the Chad. It's the
This Five
Chad.
Guys restaurant in Colorado.
Was vegan. It
It's
literally
the
feels
Chad.
weird when watching others eat meat because it's literally body parts. So?
Do you guys remember Charlie's Angels? Drew
No,
Barrymore's boyfriend called himself the
delicious.
Chad.
Delicious body parts.
Smash Burger is pretty good. Shake Shack is disappointing, but it was in Vegas
Springs,
during the
Colorado. Cooks up well over 1,000 burgers every day. Getting ready for hungry hamburger fans starts early in the morning. They slice veggies and
I
form
didn't find a
fresh ground
good
beef
good
into
Shake
perfect
Shack.
patties,
Reputable
all by
Shake
hand.
Shack. Non-biased
The
opinion.
freshness is really what we focus on. And keep in mind, when we do our prep in the morning, we prep for only one day.
Then the number of people who walk in the door determines how many patties sizzle on the grill.
As soon as that customer walks in the door, you're going to hear somebody up front yell, 2 in the door, 1 in the door, 3 in the door. That's the
I
cue
gotta
to put
Shake
some
Shack next time I
patties on
get
the
paid.
grill.
Yeah, let's have Shake Shack.
They watch the
Shake Shack
outer edges
movies.
of the patty to turn a
Movie
Wait, what
date.
if they walk in
Hi,
and then don't
Vital.
order a burger and
How are
leave?
you? How you doing? I'm
you
doing
just
well.
waste
We
it
are
then?
watching.
Like, what if
Videos,
someone
having
just
a good
walked in
time.
for the free peanuts?
I think the closest
And
one
he's
to
like,
me is
"Oh,
in
no, I'm
Chicago,
good.
which
I'm
is
just
a
gonna
little
have some
far.
free
Mhm.
peanuts here," and then they sit down and just start
Vital,
eating
thank you
all
for
the
the
free
host.
peanuts. What do you do? I feel like this is a failure in your business model, sir. Has the Five Guys, all 5 of them, have not one of them even considered this
We have
possibility?
Shake, so I have a good time regarding. I love
Sir,
Shake.
I'm just here for the free peanuts. No, I'm good. I'm a vegan, by the way.
I think we're getting a Shake Shack sometime in the year. Mmm.
They're just
Yeah. Let me know if it's good, Kieran. I forgot I put Pog. I forgot we finished Pog yesterday.
oh, jeez.
I love that me and Hero
Does that
are
mean I'm
just
the
facing
CEO
each
now of
other.
Five Guys? I'm the 6th guy.
grayish color. Then give them a flip.
Flip that, and we're going to give it a good press and level.
The press keeps the burgers juicy, and it's the juices that signal when it's time for another turn.
Wait, they just press the shit out of those patties? I didn't know that. That's kind of weird.
We can train these guys so they can look at a burger and say, you know what, that burger's done.
We're going to swing that right over here.
But this is only half the meal.
Now, you can't have baseball without a bat. You can't have a burger without fries.
Sacks of potatoes surround customers in the restaurant. A board shows where the spuds come from each day. Would you believe Five Guys fries up 100 million pounds of potatoes each year? The fries start with a
Eating my
slice,
dinner. I hope you're
then
having a good
soak in
dinner,
water.
Vital.
They pre-cook the potatoes for a couple of minutes.
Sipping
So
some
that
tea,
gives us that
relaxing,
perfect
stream on
fry
expo
that
on
the
your
inside of that is like a baked
zone out.
Then when
Time
orders
for a
come in,
big relaxed
a final drop
viewing.
of the peanut oil crisps the outside.
Pretty much goes from the dirt to the bag, into the sink, into the fryer, and into your mouth. And that's it. I mean, there's very few steps.
Their secret for freshness.
Fuck, they're so good, dude. Yo, I fucking hate this show. This show's killing me, dude. It's making me want to eat some fucking burgers.
Is to stay low
Burgums.
tech. No microwaves, freezers, or even timers here.
We want them to leave and go, how did they make that burger so good?
This all-American
I would make
meal
fries
takes
if I
just
could cut them
5
that
to
effortless.
7
I
minutes
know,
to make.
right? I have to like peel
For some,
and
it takes
chop
even
the
less
fries
time to
myself.
eat.
You used to be fat, man. I'm still fat. You eat this.
I'm
often?
still
You
fat.
$15 meal too expensive. I know you're a millionaire and all, but still. Crazy crackhead. A quick question for you. I'm in front of the camera 12 hours a day. Every single day. I eat one meal a day and you see me eat it.
One meal?
Do you think
Well, I
if
guess
I was like
I'm pretty
sneaking
much
in
the same.
Five Guy burgers, you wouldn't know?
Burgles.
Like when do I not? When am I not on camera?
Oswald, we just gotta get through
Hokkaido is cold. It's so cold that I'm about to freeze to death. But today, we're going to explore some of the most popular foods across
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
play this
region
game good.
and see how much awesome
Everyone
food we
should
can
play
eat.
Final
Starting our
Fantasy
trip
14.
here on Hakodate Morning
Best
Market,
MMO out
lots of
there
fish,
to date.
absolute blizzard. Let's go and see some food.
It's such a good game. You're missing out if you're not playing it. Honestly,
considered by many to be
100%.
Japan's seafood capital, given it's one of the only prefectures in the country.
And it's
to
a
have
huge
access to the
gate,
Pacific,
but
the
it's
Sea of
worth it.
Japan, and the fertile fishing grounds of the Tsugaru Strait. However, it's not just seafood. Hokkaido is also the home of miso ramen and is Japan's dairy capital, producing over half of the nation's milk.
Oh.
Joining us on our trip is real-life American boy and, dare I say, friend, Chris Okino, the cameraman.
So the main thing in Hakodate is the fish. You can't go anywhere without seeing fish.
Didn't they
Lots of
make-
crabs as well. So we're going to try a bit
There are a
of
lot-
crab.
Yeah,
some
they
crab's legs,
condensed
and,
it, but it's
just lots of fish.
the early
About,
story is not very interesting. I'm gonna be
9:30
honest.
a.m. in the morning.
You don't really get to the meat potatoes
Ask most
until
people what dish
after
comes to mind when they hear
5.0.
Hokkaido, and that dish will usually be crab. As you wander through
Like
Hakodate's
like
morning market,
post
presented with an
ARR
endless
is when the story
supply
gets
of
good.
crabs, with exciting sounding names like snow crabs and king crabs, which are recognisable for their terrifyingly long legs, which when spread out can reach up to a metre in length.
It's
That
quiet,
said, there's no
yeah.
doubt the creature is
I only
a
get
truly
on to
crab-related
raid
sight.
and
Fun
get my
fact,
tea
that's the second
re-clears.
best crab-related pun in this video.
You guys like
Absolute
crabs?
blizzard outside,
I like
but we're
crab.
here in our first place.
Do you
for our
like
first
crab?
dish of the trip, which is some crab's legs.
Did
I'd
you
say
eat
that's the
crab?
first thing we're going to eat today. I've already had my first snack of the day, which
I
was
do
some squid with sesame seeds in it. A guy at a market stall kind of lured
I
me
like
into
crab.
eating it. I don't really like squid. It's got a very strong, pungent kind of scent to it, and but I bought it just to be nice. Looking forward to crab. Are you looking forward to crab, Chris?
Yeah, man.
He's already full of crab.
Nice. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
And
Crab's
lobster,
legs
like
have just
crab
arrived.
more.
It looks and smells fantastic.
I haven't had
You
good
lift up
lobster
the
yet,
lid and a
so I'm
whole
like a
cloud
little
of
iffy on
steam just sort of rose up.
lobster.
Only thing is, I don't know how to
Do you
eat
like
it. How
the
do you eat
crab?
it?
Me too.
It's like watching a medieval king. Like, tear apart
I
a
just
chicken or
want to go
something.
like
Oh,
travel to all the
disgrace.
big
That's how you eat it,
cities
Chris.
and
Do you eat crab
provinces
often?
in Japan.
Japan, not
Try
so
all their
much.
local foods,
Hard to find in Japan.
local
actually.
specialties.
Pretty good. Actually, it almost has the
On my
texture of
bucket
chicken.
list is to go to Japan and
Chicken breast.
attend
It's pretty bad
a
description of crab,
festival.
isn't it?
Yes.
I want to
Very
go.
succulent, very juicy.
I want to
very
go
fresh.
when the cherry
well, I literally saw
blossoms
the
are
crab get
blooming,
killed
and I
about
want to
10
go
minutes
where
ago,
they
so
have fireworks.
I feel a bit.
Oh,
bit
my
guilty.
my
But
bucket
guilt
list is to
aside,
wear
we've got
yukata,
the plate
have
of
an
crab's
anime
legs, freshly
moment,
grilled,
go
and
to a
we've got
night
a
festival,
donburi,
and then
kind
watch
of
the
a
fireworks
mixture of
on a
different
bridge.
fish on a bed of rice. We've got
That's my
salmon,
anime moment
roe,
bucket
and
list.
pate. Usually, you dip the fish in the soy sauce, then eat it. What you're supposed to do here
Internal flights
is
in
put the soy sauce in the bowl with some
get around
wasabi,
for
mix it up, and then
Oh.
pour it
Wow,
over the
that's
fish.
so affordable.
So that's the first time I've
Where are
ever
you
done
caught
that. That was supposed to be a really
and the
slick
fireworks
shot.
at a festival,
We'll
and then
pour
miss
the, soy
miss
sauce and
mishear
wasabi on.
miss
I just
mishear
tipped
the
it all over the
person and
table.
think they're talking about the moon.
Somebody had told me a few years ago I'd be eating raw fish for like breakfast.
Fast
quite
Frankie
often.
Boobies for the 4th
Don't
if you
think I
want to
would've
go.
believed
Oh
them,
yeah,
but
I forgot to get back
after
to you,
living in
Jazz.
Japan
Sorry, I
for a
was
few
kind of
years,
busy
you
this
really get
morning.
used to it.
I was having a
But I'm still
crisis.
getting used
I was
to the
supposed to
salmon
make
bag.
pan au
Salmon
chocolat,
eggs.
but then
Very, very
somebody put
salty.
my croissant dough in the freezer, so I have to make them
I feel like I'm
tomorrow.
being bullied today.
But I will
Chris is
ask.
behind the
I
camera just
don't.
laughing at me as
I
I
don't
eat.
think my family's doing anything for
What
for
is
the
that?
fourth.
Dude, they're camera gloves.
Camera gloves.
Yeah, so you can easily hit the buttons with these two fingers.
Oh, you're a genius.
Yeah, I know.
Except you're not.
Found a statue
Camera glove.
of Chris, the cameraman. Do you look a bit like that? Watermelons? Can you? Oh, it's probably mustard.
How are you gonna go out in the snow and what? Not it's snowing. It's actually snowing. You're not wearing a hat. Wear your hat. Put a beanie on. Wear a hat. You're gonna get sick.
Oh, more. Oh, 30 minutes. The market shuts around midday. The best time to get here is about 8 to 10
Put your head on.
Didn't think I'd be eating a cantaloupe at fish market. That's a really weird line. That just sounds really wrong.
Put your head on.
Hokkaido's Yubari melons are famously some of the most expensive fruit on the planet, famed for their almost perfectly round appearance, making it a popular gift amongst friends and family.
Melon.
And whilst the slice of cantaloupe I bought cost just 250 yen, that's a drop in the ocean compared to the price of 2 perfectly round Yubari King melons which were sold in an auction last year for the obscene sum of 3 million yen. I just hope the perfectly round melons were worth it. Although, call me Mr. Cynical, I can't see how they were at all. Really, it's just fruit, isn't it? But
it's just fruit, innit?
It's got a little bucket to wash your hands afterwards as well. Very convenient, and it's warm water. My hands are freezing, so that was quite refreshing. Ja, ska du som nästa?
When British people go in it.
If you're a lover of all
There's
things
fruit
ramen,
in it.
Hokkaido is one of the original homes of miso ramen, with a rich, tangy broth containing oily chicken or fish, and often with dairy products such as butter within, typically with a bit of corn on as well. And whilst Hokkaido is famous for miso ramen, different regions across the prefecture also specialise in their own variants. Here in Hakodate, for example, the
That
local
looks so
specialty is shio ramen, literally salt ramen.
Perfectly cooked egg.
So of course the two most popular flavours of ramen in Japan are miso and shoyu. My favourite is shoyu. This is salt ramen, shio ramen. I don't think I've ever had it before actually, because it's quite rare.
I like
to be found throughout
shoyu.
Japan, but in Hakodate it's the kind of local famous food.
Jammy yolk.
You got two?
Jammy yolk
I
supremacy.
thought it was 2 in one bowl, but it's actually 2 separate. Whoops. So Chris accidentally ordered 2 portions. He thought it was just going to be a big bowl.
No, so this says 2 people's worth, right?
Yeah.
So typically, if you get 2 people's worth, it just means 2 noodle in one bowl. But they actually gave me 2 bowls, both with multiple broth.
The verdict.
That's good.
Compared to shoyu.
I kind of like it actually. It's really light. So typically, like what you have shoyu, miso, or now salt, I guess. Salt was obviously the lightest taste. Miso and shoyu being more heavy, a lot more fatty too. This is very clean taste. Very smooth.
The broth is pretty good, but it's not quite
I
strong
like
enough in
fatty
flavour
broth.
for me. I like a nice kind of rich shoyu flavour. However, the star of the show here is this nice fatty cut of pork, which is so succulent.
It's
and
so
magical.
big.
I feel like I could write a song about how much I like this pork. That is the star of the show. That is the reason.
Usually
I would
when you
order
get
this again.
chashu, it's like
Do you think you can actually
really
eat those?
thinly cut. That's like a huge chunk.
If I don't drink the soup,
Tonkotsu
see
broth.
buddy.
Let's see
That's
what you
hard
can
to
do.
find in Japan. Except, oh really?
I get drunk off ramen.
Oh, I feel that, dude.
The last stop on our trip is another
You get
warm
like a
dish
massive
that's
bowl of
particularly
ramen, you
popular
have
in
like a
the winter
fuku
months and has its roots in Sapporo.
And then you don't
Be
know
it
whether
crime to
you're
come
gonna
to
throw
Hokkaido
up or
without
burp.
trying soup curry.
So
on
you
a cold
just
winter's
don't.
day such as this, there's one dish that you need when you're in Hokkaido, and that is
Hokkaido is
curry
like a-
soup. You probably know that in Japan,
Almost
curry is really popular. There's kind of thick curry that goes with
Let's
rice.
go
and
to
usually you get
Hokkaido,
pork.
everybody.
But in Hokkaido, they have a
Hokkaido.
soup, and I'm gonna let Chris take over because he's just been speaking to the shop owner, and he's an expert on curry soup now. So Chris, tell us about curry soup.
I was talking to the owner, the lady of this restaurant, and she said the main difference between soup curry and regular curry in Japan is that, first of all, they don't use flour in this soup curry. So the taste is very light. It's very easy to go down. But this wasn't very something that is way in the past. This was something that started 40 years ago, around, give or take. And it was in Sapporo first. There was one store that became really popular, and then soup curry from then
Just so interesting to watch. I keep like
just like
forgetting
Chris
I'm
said,
supposed to be
basically,
working.
You know, it's very cold here, so soup curry kind of fits the environment very well.
But while you were speaking to the shop owner about
Breakfast
the history of
sausage.
curry
What
and
is the
learning it quickly
difference
for this
between a
piece,
normal sausage
something happened to
and a
half of your
breakfast
sausage.
Dude, what are you doing? You wanted my sausage that bad? Dude, I didn't even see my sausage half gone.
I didn't get a sausage on my one, so I had to
You got
look
renko
elsewhere.
instead, man.
I got chicken and root vegetables, which is great, but it's not sausage, is it? So, yeah, enjoy the rest of your sausage.
Thank you,
and
buddy.
good job
Appreciate it.
for explaining the food.
Appreciate it.
So Chris prefers
Spices
normal curry.
even
I actually
bring
prefer
them
this because it's much lighter, and when I have normal curry, I feel really tired afterwards because it's really thick. Whereas this is something you could kind of just drink every day, but it's quite hard to find on the mainland, so probably won't be drinking it or having it that often, unfortunately. We're actually in a really nice restaurant though. We were driving through the middle of nowhere between a hot spring resort and Hakodate, and we pulled out Google, typed in curry soup, and we found this place in a kind of remote town. And we're in the, it's almost like a basement, I guess, isn't it? Filled with lots of antiques, and run by this middle-aged couple, and feels like a film set out of a Kill Bill movie or something. Feels like something terrible is about to go down, especially as we're the only customers at the moment.
A little bit different feel what I'm getting, but okay, bud.
Yeah, I'm drunk on curry soup at the moment.
I got
Crazy
more of a log cabin feel to it.
Yeah, well, it's probably it's probably a better description than mine.
I wish I wasn't such a weebster.
Whether you're planning on visiting Hokkaido's vibrant capital
I
city of
know, it's like
Sapporo,
every time I tell people I love
driving
Japan,
across
it's
the
like,
island,
oh, it's because you like anime. I'm like, no,
diving
the
into the
culture and like
Boiboxio
the
hot spring
food is just
resort.
so good. It's like
we
not
hope
just
this three-part
anime, man.
Hokkaido
It's just
series will be useful to you on your travels. And
cool.
whilst this is the end of the series, I hope to return again in a warmer season and, of course, invest my life savings in a Yubari melon. But for now though guys, if you've enjoyed this series, please be sure to like the video, and as always, many thanks for joining us on our journey. We'll see you next time.
My friend Corey live streams from Matsudo every Sunday. Always a
Alright,
highlight
so
of
today we're
his
making
story.
Mountain Dorito
Oh, it's
pizza.
so
If you hear the loud
lucky.
noise, it's because the pizza oven's going. Getting it up to temperature before we start. Alright, so we
Eat
need our basic
Mountain
ingredients. We need Mountain
Dorito
Dew,
pizza?
garlic powder, Cantadina crushed tomatoes, Cantadina sauce, oregano leaves,
Cantadina? It
black
says
pepper,
Contadina.
some
Contadina.
basil leaves, a little bit of garlic salt, and obviously Cool Ranch Doritos. This is just going to be for the sauce.
Contadina.
We're going to use mozzarella
Contadina.
cheese, cheddar cheese, and we'll make the sauce up, and we'll show you how to make it. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is have a nice tin here, so we can put everything together in. So we're going to take the crushed can, I'm going to pour this right in here. We're going to take the regular sauce, we're going to pour it right in.
Should have specified. Oh.
And probably I bought too much sauce, so we'll do 1-to-1. We'll mix it around a little bit in here. Now the reason for the crushed tomatoes is you want it to be a little bit thicker. You don't want it to be real thin from just the sauce. Alright, so we'll take a little bit of the basil leaves here. As soon as I can get them open. We'll take a little pinch and put them right in here. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Now you can get any tomato sauce can, but the reason I got Contadina is because
There you go.
Marie's
Contadina.
sauce, her spaghetti sauce, told me it's the best in the world. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of this oregano, we'll throw it right in here.
Still love everything about Asian culture, not
smells
the
good.
weeb.
Take a little bit of garlic powder.
It's just, it's
Take a
just, you know,
little
like
bit of this black pepper.
tiring when people just assume your whole identity is because anime, but it's like, I don't know.
Just a pinch.
Even if I didn't watch anime, I feel like I'd still
Take
be
a little bit of this
interested
garlic
in the
salt.
country and want to visit. Don't open it for
Just a little
starters.
pinch.
I know. What
Mix
bothered
this
me
up
was
with
he
our
left
ladle
this.
real
He
quick
left
here.
the ladle in there while he was pouring everything in. So now there's just
Well,
a
look
bunch
at
of
this.
like splatterings on the ladle,
Going in there nice.
and then it's gonna get all over his hand.
Alright, now we want to add our basic ingredient here. We want to fill this a little bit of ways with the Mountain Dew. As soon as I can get it open here. Now it's going to bubble up, which is fine. We want it to bubble a little bit. And what the Mountain Dew's gonna do is
This
it's
is my
gonna make it nice
spiciest
and
thing. I
sweet.
think it's a little low-key racist. I can't like any Asian culture without being looked down on.
Stir this
I
around.
guess it's also kind of a hard topic because there are a lot of really like generalized statements and what is
Looks
the
like
word?
we're gonna be a little watery, but that's alright.
Keep thinking hypocrisies, but that stereotypes. There are stereotypes. Thank you. Is there lots of stereotypes that people kind of like buy into? They're actually really harmful for a lot of Asian people. So every time you're like, oh, I like this culture, and people assume you're like, oh, you just like the stereotypes, you know? It's a whole thing. I can see why, but it's just, it just kind of sucks sometimes.
If you're a professional, you'll make the crust just like
I feel like I should be ashamed sometimes when I tell people I want to go to Japan. I feel ashamed and I'm an Asian person. I'm just not Japanese. It's hard, you know? Yeah, it's minefield top, very spicy.
So we're gonna make quite a big pizza.
Stereotypes.
With our dough, we want to go a little bit over our screen.
To be fair, they do get fetish, but yeah, it's
gonna shrink up
like
just a tiny bit, not too much though.
fetishizing the stereotypes. Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand, huh?
Perfect dough here. We're gonna take
You're
our
good.
sauce.
It's a fun trip when I hear.
We're
Yeah.
gonna put a couple good scoops on here. Now,
All
the
my
best
friends who
way
have
to do
gone
this
seem to really
is to put a bunch in the
enjoyed their
middle,
time there. Had a great time.
and you're gonna lightly run your ladle on top of this while you push it outwards. Now if you jam too hard, you'll see I'm starting to get sauce everywhere. We just want to go lightly on the top of this. Now I personally think a pizza is determined how good it is by the sauce. So we want to get this thing nice and sauce.
Nice and sauce. Imagine you Japanese and people get made fun of for liking you. That would suck. Yeah. Yeah. But it also goes back to that, like, really ignorant, like, filthy Frank caricature of people going to visit Japan. You're like, oh, where's the subtitles?
I like the flavor.
You know?
I like to smell the Mountain Dew and the oregano. You smell the oregano mostly. Alright, so we got
I'm sure there's a lot of Japanese people who are just like, ah, it's another, like, gaijin westerner who's coming to our country because of anime.
Go all around the pizza. We're gonna do it like extra cheesy. We don't want to see too much of the sauce.
I personally would rather go to Hokkaido. Corey says that Tokyo folks are really cold. And the smaller prefecture people will actually talk to each other on the train. Oh, yeah, I feel like Tokyo's kind of like New York, right? Where like everybody's like always just busy and trying to get somewhere. So they're like, they don't have time to.
Now we're gonna stick this bad boy in the oven.
For your strange,
is
if
you have a stove or regular
foreigner,
oven like this one over here,
you know,
then
musings.
I would just use whatever Domino's pizza. What is it, like 365 or something like that? Well, we're
it's just a
professional.
dude
We're gonna cook it in an
Pizza Hut
industrial
is staying
pizza
after
oven.
us to mess up
It's
a
almost
pizza.
ready. The temp's still got to go up a little bit
Is this
more.
a quiet
but
time? What do you
it'll probably get
mean?
up to temp when I'm done. So
It's
we'll put it in the
we're watching
industrial
videos
oven, we'll see.
today.
And what we're
So
gonna do
we're chilling
is
out.
once it
I'm working
gets
on stuff
about
that I can't share
halfway,
on
so you
stream,
see the whole length of the
instead
oven,
we're
gonna
watching
start here.
videos.
We're gonna go until it gets to about this screw right here on the inside. You'll see it in here. We're gonna take it out and then we're gonna put the Doritos on. So we got the pizza on the conveyor here. We'll let it go through. It'll take
Racism
its
is
time.
the
It'll take
intersection
about
of racial
7.5
bias
minutes
and
for us.
oppression. Yeah.
And we'll
Funny
crush
because
up
you
our
don't even have
Doritos
to be
while we're
plainly
doing
white to be
this.
considered
Now I
ignorant.
got
You
our
just have to live, not
Doritos
believe
here. What we're gonna
Japanese.
do is we're gonna take a
Corey's
good
half
couple
white,
handfuls
half
of them.
Korean.
Put them right
6
on
foot
this
tall.
plate
He probably
here.
sticks out like the
We're
surf
just gonna
phone.
smash them
Doesn't
down.
matter that he was born and raised in Japan
gonna
for
break
16 years
apart
of his
these
life.
fucking
Oh wow.
things.
Yeah, like I totally get it.
You're gonna want
Because
quite
like
a bit of Doritos here. We're gonna cover the whole pizza with it.
we would
It's a
call
pretty
like there
large
was a
pizza.
word, a really derogatory word for Filipino people who were really whitewashed, or like yeah, just like, just not. I guess it was mostly used for people who are like not proudly Filipino or whatever.
Fucking Dorito crumbs everywhere.
And like not very obviously like, I don't know.
All right, we should have about what we need here.
I totally get it.
So we're gonna go take a look.
It's
see
messed
how
up.
pizza's doing.
See, the thing about Asian culture that not a lot of people
look at
realize is
baby
that
cooking. Oh, that's nice in there.
there's a lot of social
We're gonna give it a little bit longer, then we'll come
social
back.
stuff
All right, so our pizza's about where I said we want
that
it, right
people
at
don't
this,
really talk about
screw here.
on like,
So what
you
we're
know,
gonna
like
do is we're gonna
shows
take
or
our
like it's not really
spatula,
not
and we're gonna
particularly
take it
well
right out.
known. Like
Grab it.
things that you might consider to be okay, a lot of people in Asian culture will find rude or, you know, like, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Oh,
they're very, they tend to be very cliquish. A lot of
nice
Asian
and
cultures
cheesy,
will be
it
like,
smells
oh,
good.
you're
Now
like
we're gonna put
an
all of these
outsider,
Doritos
and a
right
lot of
over
the
top
times
of
they
it.
will
Now,
like,
the reason why we don't want to put the Doritos
they'll be nice to your
on
face,
earlier
but then
is
also
because,
like talk behind your back about like, oh,
they
this
get
like foreigner,
soggy
you know.
and they don't taste nice
But
and crispy.
they also like
And, I
try to
mean,
uphold the image
it's like
that
microwaving
like
up nachos back when you
they're
were a
a
kid
very
with cheese
welcoming
on it. It just
culture.
wasn't so
You know,
good.
it's very weird.
We're probably gonna have
Speaking
to do
as
this
somebody
a
who
little
grew up
extra
in
crispy.
Asia.
My crust isn't done all the way quite yet, but we'll get there. All right, we're gonna put this back in the oven.
Thankfully, I
Right
wasn't
where I
really
said we're
subject
gonna.
to
Let's open it up first.
intercultural
We'll actually put
bullying,
it back at this screw
but I
instead of
was
this.
called that word I was telling you about before from people from another school, because the school I went to was a private school, so like they assumed everybody from that school was like stuck up.
All right, we'll let the pizza cook a little bit longer, and we'll see how it comes out. Now look at this baby. Oh, that looks nice. Nice and crispy crust. How's the bottom?
People do that here too.
Beautiful.
Los Angeles know like originally. Yeah.
So we're gonna take this out, and we're gonna cut it. We're gonna do one last thing with it. We're gonna put some nice garlic butter spread right on the
It
edge
looks
of
like
the
a
crust.
relatively normal pizza though. It's not too cursed.
Shit, and move this.
Jeez, thank you for the resub. Aww. 14 whole years. Oh my gosh, you're a teenaged bun now.
Alright, let me go shut the oven off real quick. Alright, now you hear the
That makes
oven
me
off.
shoot. Okay, have fun,
Take a look at
Chris.
this bad boy. Doesn't this look nice? We got one last little thing we're gonna do though. I got a little herb garlic mixture here that we buy.
Herb
in.
garlic.
We're just gonna rub this gently on the crust all along the whole
You guys say
thing.
herb or herb?
It's gonna make it taste so much
I say
better.
herb.
This is
herb.
not the stuff you get at Papa John's. That's something completely different.
Hard H. Herb. I say both depending on. I dig it. I respect it. Herb. I started saying herb because herb was like, it would just make me think of some dude named Herbert.
Cut it. Okay, the crisp of the pizza and the Doritos. Yes. Sounds good.
It looks so greasy. I'd try it though. Even if it has Mountain Dew in it. I'd try it. It doesn't look too bad.
Grab ourselves one of
I
these
think I'd rather have
slices.
one of these
We
than
got this
maybe
little
like
tiny
a
one here.
pineapple pizza. Sometimes I'm soft between the two in a single sentence.
Fucking cut it better.
Herberb.
Guess we're grabbing this one.
Yeah, it looks a little soggy.
Alright, let me go grab my
I would
drink.
say herb.
Yup, this is gonna be a
Depending on the situation too.
good pizza.
Makes me think of the old movie Herbie. Wow, why does that sound so familiar?
Now let's dig into it. It's a little fucking hot though. Jesus Christ.
Why did he crack into him?
Very good.
What is that?
Well, I forgot.
Monster?
I
Why
let
did he
it
crack
cool
into
off
a
a little
monster?
bit,
He
but
didn't
just
even
in
finish
case
the
you
rest
guys
of his
think
Mountain
my
Dew.
recipe shit. It tastes nice and sweet, a little oily. I guess the Canadino wasn't a great choice. Fuck you, Marie. Now I know why your spaghetti sauce is so oily as shit. But we'll have a little bite of it here. It's very sweet, and the Canadilla is really nice. And it's got the crisp from the Doritos. Which
This
makes
is
it
a
actually
really
pretty good.
where you're eating diva
And I like
flavored
how cheesy
pizza.
it is. But, I mean, I'm just gonna go play Quake when
Pineapple
I get
pizza,
home.
not my preferred topping. I'll
Maybe
eat
mow
that
the
over an
lawn.
onion pizza. I love onions. I like raw
And I'm gonna
onions.
enjoy this.
I like raw red onions.
I recommend
maximum pungent.
you don't make this. But if you do, go ahead, I don't care.
Do you know what time it is? It's time for Aunt Myrna's recipe.
It's a double header. That's right.
Oh, it's this
Last
guy.
week we did Aunt Myrna's recipe with the coleslaw. Amazing. This week we're doing party cheese salad.
Oh,
When I saw her
no.
make this in Alabama, I was like, "Goosh, I'm not sure about some of these ingredients," but then I tasted it and it's like a
no.
dessert. It's really cool. So let's get this thing started. We're gonna cook all this on the stove. Then we're gonna pour it in this glass dish, which I've never used in my whole life. I think my mom gave me this, but I'm gonna have a chance to use this, and then we're gonna chill it. So it's gonna be awesome. Let's get started right now. Wait till you see this. I never would have put these ingredients together had it not been for Aunt Myrna. You got cream cheese, pimentos, Cool Whip, crushed nuts, any kind that you like. I'm using pecans. Lemon, or you can use lime jello, celery, bell pepper, pineapple, and American cheese. Can you believe this?
What?
This is crazy. Let's go to the stove right now and get this thing started.
I don't like
Take
it.
your crushed pineapples and pour it in the pan.
This is a. I have to get started, ladies and gentlemen.
Get your Jello mix.
This is
You're
a.
gonna do one large Jello lemon and lime,
What?
or you can do 2 small packets. I grabbed a large one. There you go.
Spoonful of mayo is gross, but
I'm not even sure what utensil to use for this.
it's not as bad as
So.
whatever the heck he's gonna make with all of that.
Right now.
And he's gonna have to eat it all.
There we go. I'm afraid later on, if I use a wooden spoon, it's going to stick to the wooden spoon. All right, so we're going to get this all mixed up. Okay, once the Jello is dissolved, you're going to add, I chopped up the cream cheese. You're going to add all your cream cheese in there. And you're going to mix that.
Why does he have 2 views on 2 different stoves? Are you telling me he made this twice?
Cream cheese is pretty much melted down. You can still see the chunks of pineapple in there. I think we're about ready to add the rest of the ingredients. We're going to add the chopped celery.
Huh?
Bell peppers.
Wait.
Pimento.
Oh. Okay.
Nuts.
Mountain Dew is good. He's the bad you too. Okay, gotcha.
Mix that in.
I'm just like, you telling me this dude
Can't
made
even
this
begin to
twice?
explain to you how amazing tasting this was. It looks horrible, but I'm telling you, Aunt Myrna never has failed me yet. I've had this, so I hope I
no.
have as good as hers. I'll be in business. Okay, I've turned the flame off. I'm just mixing in now.
Are you telling me a shrimp
So go
fried
ahead and
this
turn
rice?
your flame off. There we go. Get it all
That's
mixed
just so
in.
much.
All right, here's a crucial ingredient. Your whipped cream.
I'm just callous Wing right now. I have no words.
Gonna mix that in gently. Don't want to spill over.
Ugh.
And
I'm
I
not
don't
even
recommend
working now. I'm
using,
just so disgusted.
The Cool Whip. I don't recommend using imitation.
I'm so appalled.
Fat-free or sugar-free because they have a different reaction. You want the regular, real Cool Whip or real whipped cream. If you don't have Cool Whip, just use real whipped cream. Creamiest you can find, thickest you can find. Now I'm going to move this off to the side.
Hey, Yana, thank you for the puppy combo.
In a glass dish here. Then you're going to pour it in the,
Let's save
the
this.
dish carefully.
Oh Lord, what is this? What is this?
So the pineapple is all throughout the. Just make sure all your ingredients are all throughout the dish. Okay.
Gagged on the pour. Oh, me too.
Smell. Wow, the lemon and the pineapple are just busting out. And crazy enough, the last step, you're gonna sprinkle on some cheese on top.
This dude does not have nearly as much cheese.
Cheddar or sharp because it's not going to have the same flavor.
It's grated so fat.
And then we're going to take a look at it in the morning. It's going to be solid. It's going to be cold. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be delicious. Okay, well, I realized I didn't have to wait overnight, and the family wants to try this out. So we've only been chilling this for about 4 hours, but as you can tell, it's completely solid and cold, and it looks beautiful. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Look how awesome that looks.
It's not even melted cheese.
All right, let's serve up a little.
It's just
section
hard
here.
grated cheese, frozen grated cheese now.
And you just cut it almost like a dessert. And you just scoop it out. Look at, can you see it?
Oh,
put that
back in there. Put that back in there.
Come on.
Put it.
There we go.
Put it back in the fridge.
Almost
Throw
has
it
like a
out.
pudding effect. We're gonna give that a try. Look at how beautiful that looks. Mmm. Wow. So good.
Don't
I know it.
Don't
Of course, I don't know if mine came out as good. So here's to delicious tasting. Mmm. It blows my mind that it's so sweet and dessert-like and has all those vegetables in it. And American cheese on top. It is really, it's so good. I can't explain this to you guys. It's sweet and it's crunchy and it's got a custard feel to it on your tongue. It's beautiful. All right, I'm going to chow on this, give some to the family. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Okay, first thing we're going to do, a medium take two.
He's coming.
All right, I'm going to chow on this, give some to the family. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Fucking Myrna.